Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to replace your clutch in a 2004 Honda CRF250. This same process can be used for all the years up to 2009. Some of the things you will need are an 8mm socket, a 10mm socket, a 27mm socket, a ratchet, a high range torque wrench and a low range torque wrench, Loctite, and of course your new clutch. If you have one, an impact driver helps. If you don't worry about it. As you can see, I've already removed my clutch out. I am going to show you the disassembly of the clutch just over here. First thing you're going to need to do is remove these 10mm bolts. The best thing you can do is hold your clutch basket, get your impact driver or your ratchet on your 10mm bolts and whip them out. Another way to do it is to put the bike in gear, hold down your rear brake, and you'll be able to detach them. So they just come out like that. Don't worry, there's no preload on the springs, so they're not going to come shooting out at you. Then you're going to remove your top plate. Then we have all of our clutch plates. You will have a fibrous plate followed by a metal plate. How your clutch works: your metal plates will grip this inside ring and your clutch plates just grab this outside ring here. When you disengage your clutch, a bar comes out through the center, loosens off these and allows one to move over the other. The problem with my one is my clutch basket has been chewed up, so they do not disengage fully. I'll just show you. We can see here the grooves that are appearing on the side of my clutch basket. This is so bad at the moment that even if the bike is switched off and I clutch it, it still won't allow the rear wheel to turn. So pull out your plates from your groove in here. I will come back to you once I have them out. Okay, so the next thing you'll need to do is remove this center nut. This is a 27mm nut. Again, you can hold your clutch basket. Now that these are removed, it's going to be a lot easier to hold it here or to get your clutch grabber tool in here. Alternatively, again, you can leave the bike in gear, hold down the brake and just whip that out. So that just pops straight out. Then you'll be able to take out your center basket and you'll be left with your outside basket. As well, you'll just be able just to slide that straight out of your gearbox. Okay, so we're going to put our new clutch back in. This is the old clutch I've taken out. You can see here the tangs on the basket are heavily grooved. Now, I bought a second-hand clutch because these things are bloody expensive. You can see here there are still some tangs, but they're not nearly as deep, so I've got a good couple of years of life left in this. So, first thing we're going to do, slide this back into your gearbox. This is a lot easier when you have two hands. Next, I'm going to put back in my center housing. I've left some of the clutch plates on it just to make life a little bit easier in this next step. One thing I forgot to mention previously, this little locking mechanism is just made of soft steel. Before you whip out your 27mm nut, you will need to bend down the corners of that so it will allow you to release the nut. Next, we're going to pop in the rest of our clutch plates. If you drop all of your clutch plates and they get messed up on the ground, all you need to remember is there's a steel plate and then your fibrous plate, and they just go in that order all the way to the top. So fibrous, and the steel one grabs our center housing just like that. Then you finish that process all the way until they're all in. I will come back to you once I have them all in there. There we go, all of our clutch plates are back in. The next thing we're going to want to do is hold it all in with our little center nut. Pop this on here and thread it on. And then you're going to want to torque this up to 68 Newton meters of torque. If you don't know how to use one of these, this is just a torque wrench. There's plenty of videos online to show you how to use them. There's also instructions usually in the boxes when you buy them. So I'm going to come back to you once I have this torqued up. Okay, our center nut is now torqued up to 68 Newton meters. Pro tip, when you're tightening this up, do not use these as leverage against your torque wrench because they break. Thankfully, I had a second one of them from the old one, so I just popped that one in instead. It's perfect. Now that we have our center nut torqued up to 68 Newton meters, the next thing you need to do is to fold up the corners of this little locking mechanism. It's just soft metal, so just get a screwdriver in there and give a couple of them a bit of a bend up, and then get in there afterwards with something like a snipe nose pliers and squeeze them up against the nut to hold your nut in place. You would have taken this off with this. That just goes on in the center here over the little shaft that comes through your gearbox. When you disengage your clutch, this gets pushed up against your pressure plate here and disengages your entire clutch. Okay, I have started in my 5 bolts. These are only hand tight at the moment. I'm now going to take my torque wrench and just torque each of these up to 7 Newton meters. Now at the moment I need my second hand because, as you can see, my clutch is just turning. So I will come back to you after I've torqued these up. Now remember, when you're torquing your ones, you want to do it in a crisscross fashion like you're drawing a star. So if you start here, you're going to skip this one and jump here, there, there, and then there. And remember to go back over it a second time to make sure that each of these are torqued to the correct spec. And there we have it. Your clutch is back in. All that's left is to put on your top casing. Make sure that you don't pinch the gasket underneath it. You don't want oil leaking out. Some of you may notice that I've laid my bike down flat on the ground. The reason why I did that is because the oil from my gearbox casing here will just drain to the other side of the gearbox, so I don't need to drain it. I just need to pop these out and remove my clutch and everything is done. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments and we'll be happy to answer them for you.